Hello fellow YouTubers. So this video is really going to be pretty basic Cameo versus Cricut. I'm really making this video for my buddy Laura. Hey girl. But I have had a few other people message me, what's the difference between a Cricut and Cameo, which would you recommend, since I have both. So I just got a Cameo for Christmas, and I just want to do a real basic overview. I've only had the Cameo, like actually using it, a week and a half maybe. So I'm just going to kind of go over the pros and cons of my personal opinion and what I recommend. If you're on the fence between one or the other, or maybe you have the Cricut and you want to upgrade to the Cameo. So I'm just going to go ahead and start. Hopefully this is under a 10-minute video, but we'll see. You guys know I like to talk. So I have a little outline with me because it's kind of like a lot of stuff. First of all, if you guys don't even know what a Cricut or Cameo is, it's a personal die cutting machine. That means it can cut out all kinds of shapes. So first of all, I have the personal Cricut. I'm going to show you guys it. It's also known as like the baby bug. It's like the first one they came out with. I got this for $100. It's pretty small. I got this for $100 when I worked at Joann's 3 or 4 years ago. So I've had the Cricut for 3 or 4 years. I worked at a local scrapbook store, and I actually taught the Cricut class for about a year. So I do have knowledge of the Cricut. It's not like I got frustrated with it and I don't know how to use it, because I definitely do. I also have a Gypsy. I've only had this Gypsy for about a year, and I now would never ever own a Cricut without a Gypsy. I was so against the Gypsy, and I have no idea how I ever used the Cricut without it. This Gypsy is super cool. You plug it in to your Cricut, and you have an on-screen mat, so you can stretch things out, make it smaller, make it bigger, and you're going to see exactly where it's going to cut, and if it's going to cut horizontal or vertical. So if you guys are going to get a Cricut, you need a Gypsy. I personally think Gypsies you cannot buy anymore, though. It's really hard. I'm actually selling this to my friend. I'm going to hook her up with a good deal, but these are really hard to get. So just an FYI. With my Cricut, I probably have about 25 cartridges. So if you guys don't know what a cartridge is, this is a cartridge. You buy this box. You know, they can go from anywhere from, you used to be able to get cartridges for like $15, $20. It seems like average price now is $25, $30. And what this cartridge has a bunch of images, a keypad overlay, and this is your actual cartridge that you plug into your Cricut. So on here you get a ton of images. And each one of these images turns into several other images. So that's your cartridge. Okay. Now the Cricut, it ranges from $100 to $300 because they have so many Cricuts out. This is the most basic one, and I love it. Personally, I'd never need the E2 or the one that prints, anything like that. So what is a Cameo? I'm going to pick my Cameo up and show you guys what this is. So this is a Cameo. It's super light. It looks cool. It's got like a sleek design. This opens up. I mean, it honestly, it does very similar to the Cricut. It cuts, all that stuff. So this Cameo is $300 retail, and I believe my boyfriend paid $269 with tax. It was closer to $300, so I'm going to say it's about $300. With the Cameo, you don't buy cartridges. You actually hook it up to your computer, and you can buy individual images. They're usually $1 each. They give you free shapes. You get a free shape every week if you download it. And you can also sign up for a subscription, which is what I'm doing. I pay $12 a month, and I get $50 worth of credits. That means $50 worth of images, but sometimes you can buy alphabets for $2 a piece. So it depends what you buy. Let's see what else. Also, with the Cameo, I have learned in this short amount of time I've only been playing with it, is I can go on Google and type in a heart, and I'm going to get a shape of a heart. I'm going to save that image, and then you bring it into your Silhouette software, and you trace it, and then you can cut out a heart. So you can also get tons and tons and tons of shapes for free right off Pinterest, Google, Yahoo Images, whatever you search for. This machine also prints and cuts, so you can plug it into your printer. It's going to print an image, and then it's going to cut around it. And you can also do that with a certain Cricut, but not the Cricut that I have. So let's see. It also uses a sticky mat. This is a Cricut mat. The Silhouette mat is very similar, sticky. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to follow my notes best as possible here. Okay, so now we're going to talk about some of the pros and cons of each machine. And again, just my opinion. So let's talk about cons of the Cameo. So remember, this big one is the Cameo. They also have this in Portrait if you wanted a smaller one. And I think that's $200. So the cons of this Cameo is that you have to have internet to get images, to download images and buy images. So keep that in mind. You're going to need internet. Secondly, you pretty much always need a laptop hooked up to your Cameo to cut things. I know there's a way to plug in a mini SD card and you can go off that, but I hook up my laptop. So that's kind of a pain for some people, not me, because laptop's very portable, so I just plug my laptop into my Cameo. But you really do need a laptop. Something else, a con about my Cameo, it's expensive. It's, $300. That's a lot to spend on a hobby, a machine, a scrapbooking item. $300. That's a lot of money in my mind. Okay, now let's talk about cons of the Cricut. So some con about the Cricut is they have bad customer service, a horrible customer service. You call, you have a problem, they're rude, and I'm not sure they all know what they're talking about, to be honest. So, crappy customer service. Okay. Secondly, in my opinion, again, they don't have the trendy die cuts that Cameo does. So, Cricut, they have to design and produce a cartridge. Yeah, you can go online and in the Cricut craft room and buy images. And those are also $1 each. But in my opinion, they don't have the trendy cuts that Cameo comes out with. Cameo gets new cuts every week, and I know Cricut does as well in their craft room, but I think the Silhouette cuts they follow the trends, like, to a T, and I love that. And I feel that Cricut, they really don't. Okay, another con is you have to buy the cartridges to use the Cricut. So this comes with a bunch of images. I am never going to use all these images, but you are paying for them. I might only use 3, 4, 5 images on here. And I don't like paying for stuff that I'm not going to use. So think about that. Also, it doesn't cut as clean as a Cameo. Cameo, you can get super detailed. And it's an awesome cut. Okay, now let's talk about pros of the Cameo. So thumbs up for Cameo. Sorry guys, this is what happens when I talk so much. My throat gets all weird. Okay, they have amazing customer care. I've already had to call them like 2 or 3 times, and it's always been the same guy. And super awesome, super nice, extremely helpful. They are mountain time, so it's 2 hours behind Florida time, and it's only Monday through Friday. But customer service, awesome. Again, Cameo, amazing cuts. They keep up with the trends. I love it. No need, I really don't have a need to go and buy stickers and embellishments. I can make my own, and same with Cricut, but because the Cameo is so trendy, I really don't have to go buy all the new trendy stuff because I can make it. Let's see. You can also stretch the image. Say you buy an image this size, you can make it this size, or go this way, whatever. Okay, and let's talk about the pros of the Cricut. It's easy to transport. The Cameo is too, but I like the handle on the Cricut. You guys can see there's a handle. Cameo doesn't have that. But that's one thing I love about the Cricut, the handle. Easy to transport. Something else that's an awesome thing about the Cricut, it seems it's sold everywhere. Walmart, Michael's, Joann's, probably Hobby Lobby. I don't have that here. The Cameo is limited where it's sold. It seems like if you order it online, it takes 3 months or so. I don't know if they make it to order or what, but that's another thing that's kind of annoying. Also, in my search on YouTube, there's a bazillion tutorials on the Cricut. Not as much on the Cameo. There are some on the Cameo. There's a good handful out there of good ones. The Cricut, I mean, it's awesome. Great tutorials on that. So, with that being said, I'm going to show you guys some examples of the different cuts I've done on each machine. And then I'll tell you guys my recommendation, which I'm sure you guys already know. So, the Cricut, it does have good cuts if you know what setting to put your blade on and you replace it. So this is a cut done on the Cricut, super clean. So I just typed in Brian's name. This was a tag. I already ripped it off the bag, but something else. This is a finished project. This is my Heidi Swap book. Can you guys see this love? That's a Cricut cut. So it does do nice cuts. Cricut cut. Let's see. Oh, these little hearts are Cricut cuts. So you can totally still make your own embellishments. That looks like it. Okay. So now we're going to talk about, I'm going to show you guys Cameo cuts. So, this snapshot, that's a Cameo cut. Look how stinking detailed that is. Love this Cameo cut. Amazing. Just an amazing cut. This Molly, Cameo cut. Every day, Cameo cut. Something else awesome about this Cameo, all the fonts on your computer are free. Like, you can use them in your Cameo. Free. It's awesome. You don't have to buy their fonts because you already have, you know, a bunch of fonts that come on Microsoft Word or whatever. Okay, here's a finished layout that I made with my Cameo. Happy. That's really the only thing, but I mean, amazing cut. So there's like a finished Cameo project. These are like some December daily numbers or whatever. I mean, super awesome. Number 16. For, you know, again, I got all these, 1 through 25 was $1. All these cuts, $1, great deal. This is something going in my goodie bags for my birthday party. These little mustaches, see? This is a Cameo cut. Cut so clean. I love my Cameo. Here's another Cameo cut. The negative that was inside, see? There's another one. Okay, this is something called sketch pens. They're awesome. It's just like the Cricut. You just take out your blade and you put in the pen. Look at that. My Cameo wrote that, you know, drew it. I mean, just amazing. So all these images that I can cut out, I can also put in my sketch pens. There's another sheet. These are for my goodie bag. So here's something I did. I put in a black pen, had it do OMG, and I took a pink pen and I wrote over. Because I'm having my OMG party. Oh my gosh, I totally have to tell you guys this. Okay. I just want to say, if you're watching, please do not get mad. I'm totally not making fun of you. But my friend Angie was having one of her friends at her birthday party, and I hadn't met her. And I guess Angie's like, oh yeah, go look her up online. You know, she's great. She's super talented. And I guess she went on my Facebook. And I have Facebook for all my scrapbook followers and fans, and then I have my personal Facebook. And she gave her my follower Facebook, the OMG It's Emily Facebook. And I guess she told Angie, she's like, I don't want to pronounce her name right. Is it wrong? Is it Omgitz? Because she really thought my name was OMG It's Emily, and she pronounced it Omgitz. And I just thought that was the funniest thing. So we've been playing around with it, and everybody's like, hey, Omgitz. And I just think it's so funny that, I don't know, I'm totally not making fun of her. It's just, it's hilarious. Like, I wish she would have just called me Omgitz. It's hilarious. Like, I would have been cracking up. Sorry to get so off track, but here's names that I've done. I mean, this thing is amazing. So, there, it drew it. And you guys saw in this book, it cut snapshot, and it can also draw it. This one I made it bigger. So I believe that's all I have to show for you guys. But personally, now let's talk about recommendation real quick because we're at 15 minutes. Recommendation is definitely the Cameo. Cameo 100%. Yes, it's pricey, but I feel like if you put away money you know, you'll be able to get it. You'll get there. Because you're gonna spend at least $100 on your Cricut, so you're $200 away from Cameo. Then you're gonna be buying cartridges. So I mean, I definitely recommend the Cameo. I will never go back to my Cricut. Like I said, I've already sold my Gypsy, and I'm going to be selling all my Cricut cartridges. I'm going to have to sell all those coming up here soon. So I hope this video helped. And again, I'm new with this machine. I've probably done 150 cuts on my Cameo, and I've not had a single problem. So I love the machine. Everyone I've talked to also loves it. So I hope you guys, go out and buy the Cameo. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later.